back to another YouTube video. So today I'm going to show you basically how I inspect a trailer from start to finish, checking all the ABS, the lights, jacking up the axles, checking bearings, etc. So come along with me and we'll go and inspect the trailer and see what we can find on it. Right, so first things first, I write everything out on a wee notepad first before I put it onto like my tablet. So just write the trailer number, we'll go and get the C number, which is like the MOT identification. We'll write down our chassis number. This is when we test our ABS, tyre size, then we'll just write the tyre depths here, brake linings here, and any defects. So let's go and get this information. Right, so on the chassis of the trailer, this is your VTG plate, so it's difficult to see, but here you've got your chassis number, your C number is here. I think we've got a big number plate here as well, so we'll fill this information out and out. Right, this is a wee tyre depth gauge tool, so the green bit basically sits on the high bit of the tyre, and then this wee bit goes up and down to measure your depths. And then, I don't know if it will focus, but you've got like numbers on that bit that slides, so that's your depth. So we'll go and get these tyre depths done. Right, so the first one, 5mm. Second tyre, 16, which is a fresh one. Third tyre, 7. Right, round the other side now. So we've got a 9. 5 and 7. Right, when I'm doing the tyre depths, obviously I get my tyre size, which in this case is 385 65 22.5. I check all of them are the same, which I put on my notepad, and when I'm measuring my depths, it's in the middle 3/4 of the tyre. That's what you measure across, so I was just checking that for any cuts, any bubbles, groove, like curbing marks. Just make sure the tyre's in good and safe condition really. Right, we've got a scrutineer in the back of the van. This basically tests your ABS, you've got airlines in it to check for any leaks, it checks all your lights, etc. So it comes like all your Suzies. So we'll get these plugged into the trailer and then we'll get it tested. Right, so that's our Suzi's connected. So we come into the scrutineer, we check it's on ABS side, 24S on standard test, and we just turn it on. So this wee orange light for ABS should go off if there's no faults, which it's now went off. So ABS is tested and it's all good. So we just turn that back off, flick that over to full test, move that on to 24N, turn that back on, and there's all our lights on. So we'll go around and check them. Right, just checking on our marker lights. So going along the trailer, just making sure that they all work, which hopefully they will be. All seem to be good so far. One's at the back, your number plate light. On this side, you've got ones up there as well. All seems to be good. Now just down the near side of the trailer, we're still all good here. All good. And that one there, and then you've got 2 up there. Hard to see because of the sun, but all the lights are working, so we'll turn that off. Right, all tested, so just disconnect all the fuses now. We'll plug in the air ones and check it for air leaks. Right, so that's our air system's all charged up. So we'll go and take a wee walk around, listen for any air leaks. Push the park brake in, so that'll release the brakes on the trailer. And we'll just have a wee walk around to see if we can hear any leaks. Listen for any leaking chambers or airline pipes. It all sounds good. Here we've got a level valve, so we push that in, twist it to the right, that raises the suspension, and lift that right up. Check the condition of the airbags, listen for any leaks, and then to lower it back down by twisting it to the left. You see that's coming back down now. So we know that our level valve and all that works, so you just pull that back out and it will set it back to right height. Right, so that's us checked all the tyres and ABS, etc, lights and that, so now we just need to go round it, give all the nuts and bolts a little chap, make sure fucking none's loose. It's all good, but I've unfortunately lost my wee chapper hammer, so we're going to have to improvise a wee bit. Well, let's go. Right, basically, just a wee chap on all the nuts, bolts, make sure nothing's loose. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Check the side rail, make sure that's not loose. It's all nice and tight, nothing's going to fall off that. We'll come to our wheel. Chat them all, make sure they're tight. Even though they've got wheel pointers, you never know. That could have done a full spin and it's back pointing in the right place. You can never be too sure, so check them. We check our wing, make sure there's no splits in it. Check all your clamps are on, none of them's broken. All there and it's nice and secure. And just make sure it's covering the full tyre, which it is. So basically we just go around and do that with all 6 wheels, check all the wings, tyres, nuts, etc, make sure they're all tight. Right, that's me went around and checked everything's tight, so now I'll just go around again and just check all the wiring, make sure there's nothing hanging down, nothing loose. So we'll just give it all a good check. We'll check our door retaining clips when we're round. That one's a bit seized, but it'll do the job. Put back up there. Right there. That wiring's loose. We'll get that cable tied up. If you can see it, there you go. Bit of loose wiring. Our bumper end caps are on. Check our buffer blocks. Check our number plate holder, make sure it's all there. More wiring. Take off our back door clips. I just open up the back door, have a look inside. Check the roof, make sure there's no obvious holes. Same with the curtain, can't see any daylight through them, so that looks all good. Floor's good. Swing that door but shut again. It's all good in there. Another buffer block, check that. Another bumper end cap. Check all our curtain buckles as we go as well. So, all the buckles seem to be there and in place. No wiring at this side hanging down. Oh, there's a wee bit of conduit there. It's not even getting used for anything. So we'll run that conduit back into the tyre, into the wire back into the conduit. So we'll do that. There's a two hands to this bit. That's all that wiring ran back up into the conduit, nice and tidy. That's hanging down there. So happy enough with that, it's just that one bit of wiring that we need tied away. So come back to the good old notepad and then wiring insecure near side rear. Right, now I just get the good old release oil, go grease these properly, but the wee gears in here, if you watch my TikToks you'll see I've done a few. The hook that holds the handles and the gear bit, they seize over time because that grease just clogs up. So I just like giving them a wee spray with release oil, just cleans it up a bit. See it here, just a wee spray around the handle. Just a wee spray this on the legs. Some people don't spray anything on legs, some people, like that one there, spray white grease. Everybody's different. I don't really agree with the white grease, I think it just clogs up too much. It attracts the dirt, just makes it worse to be honest, but a bit of release oil, it's all good. Just spraying the back of the handles. Soak the side rails because sometimes people move them. Just give them a good soak. Spraying about your handles, the door releases. In your handle for your ladder, like this one, it's seized. So we'll get that out and we'll clean that wee hook up. 2 minutes. Right, we've got that off. Just give that a good soak. And then stow that away. Good spray. There you go. Right, now get the grease gun and we'll go around and grease all the curtain ratchets. There we go, before we forget, get a new one of these ordered. Right, so that's all round about the top done, checked. Just need to secure that wiring up. But we'll go underneath, check that first. So we've got a block of wood to lift our jack up, our improvised chapping hammer, torch, grease gun, and our bar here that will come out and check the wheel bearing, so we'll get underneath it. Right, get the first axle jacked up, get the wheels off the ground, we'll release the brakes, and then we'll check the wheel bearings for any plate. Right, so that's that up. Right, so that's the brakes released, so we'll give the wheel a good spin. Let's have a wee listen at the bearing. This one's nice and quiet, no rumbling noise, so stop it. Get a bar, put it underneath, and we'll just try and give that a wee lift. Feel for any plate, there's no play in it, so that one's good. Round the other side and check the other side. Right, round this side, same again. Give the tyre a good spin. Wheel bearing's nice and quiet, no noise. Got a wee stop, bar under it. There's no lift to that, so that's mint. Right, before we go under the axle, just turn around and check these air tanks quickly. Make sure they're not badly corroded, which they seem alright. Just give the wee drain plug a wee pull. No water of that in them, so they're all good. Right, using our improvised chapping hammer, we'll just go round. Right, so everything's tight. Our return springs are on. Just check all our hoses, make sure they're all nice and secure. Oh, a bit of loose wiring up there. Need to get that secured. Got our back plates are on each side. They're all secure. So we'll get these S-cams, slack adjusters greased both sides. So do that then out. Right, so that's all the bushes greased. I just like greasing them until you can start to see the fresh stuff comes out. Means you get all that sort of water and rubbish out, so that's the first axle done. So to check the brake linings, there's little inspection hooks. You can either do it off the slack adjuster, this little red, that's covered in grease, but this little red arrow should be set up, but I don't find them very sort of trustworthy. They could ever been changed, put in the wrong place, whatever. So just check through the inspection hole, give it a percentage, just check both sides. So these ones I'd say are about 30% remaining, so that's all good. Right, that's the second axle jacked up, so I'll jump it, check the wheel bearings again. Right, same as the first axle, good spin. Have a listen, sounds all good. Let's get that stopped, get a bar under it. No lift on that one, on the other side. Right, again, just a good spin. Hey, listen. And there's no lift on that one either. So we'll go under and check it. Right, once again. Right, everything's all tight, return springs are on. Wee bit of play in the slacks, but you're allowed a wee bit, the grease will take that up. Check our level valves moving. There's no insecure wiring, all piping's good. So, see this axle just needs greased. Check the brake linings, then on to the third. all greased. See, a little plane that's slacking out, so I've got grease in it. So that's us all greased. Now on to the third. Right, third axle now. You know the script by now. Spin, listen, stop, check for a lift. All good. There we go, all wheel bearings are mint. Right, last axle. So everything's nice and tight. Brand new brake chamber fitted there. That's good. It's a fairly fresh one on that side as well. Got our return springs. Got all our backing plates. And our brake linings are at about 40% remaining on the rear. Yep, so just go round the other side, check the airbags, grease it, go back to the van. I'll get the adjuster, go round, adjust all the brakes, and then we'll get round and do our little securing the wirings that we've got to do, and that's us. Right, so back to a wee notebook. Just write down all our linings. So the first axle was 30, second was 20, the third was 40. Then we had insecure wiring at first axle. Right, got a ratchet to adjust the brakes, some cable ties and our snips. So we'll chuck them under there, then we'll start at the back and then just work our way forward adjusting these brakes. Right, so to adjust the brakes, we've got our 12mm on our ratchet, just goes on the end of the slack adjuster here. So just give that a turn until it's tight, put it in the off position, take up the slack, and then you just do a half turn. There you go, so it's a half turn back, and that's your brakes adjusted. So right on till they're tight, take up the slack, there you go, half a turn. There we go, first axle. Right, there we go, that's all the brakes adjusted. I'll get this bit of cable tied up now. Right, that's the cable nice and secure, so we'll just cut the ends of the cable ties. And that's underneath of the trailer all done. Right, that's that wire all secure at the back light as well, so got our cable ties. Right, all our mess tidied up. We'll go and get all our information put onto the tablet. Right, after you adjust the brakes everything, always make sure that you put your park brake back on. So the last thing you want is somebody connecting up to the trailer and the trailer goes fucking rolling back through a fence, into somebody, into something else. So. Right, so we get all our defect information here, we go into our tablet and then we go into each category, put in all the details, we put our brake readings, our tyre depths, etc. All our defects in there, and then that can get sent off to the customer. Right, there we go, so that's how I do a trailer inspection. It was an on-site inspection, so there was no brake tests or anything to do there, but that was just an on-site inspection, checking everything over, just a routine maintenance check. So that's good to go for another 6 weeks, was it 8 weeks? 6 or 8 weeks, can't remember.